Soul family. Welcome, 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 welcome. This is Spiritual Dr. Afi, and it's another round of It's Tarot Tuesday, and Spirit knows it. How are we doing this evening? Do tell, I want to know. I want to know where you're checking in from. I want to know what side of the world you're in, city, state, country. How have you been feeling? How's your week navigating so far? Do tell, I want to know. New Orleans is in the house. Can my IG family see me and hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me and see me, my IG family. I know that YouTube can see me. Hopefully, uh, IG can see me as well and hear me. Let me know. Refreshed and pensive. Joining from Turtle Island, Thunder Bay, commonly aka Ontario. Thank you so very much, Divine. I appreciate you. So, how's everyone doing tonight? How are you feeling? Let me know. Blessings to you, my goddaughter. Thank you. How are you feeling esta noche? As people roll right in, um, I'm going to give people a couple of more minutes to roll in, um, to hopefully allow the algorithms to let them know that we are live. I hardly ever, I'm not going to say that. That's not the most truthful statement from me. What it is true for me is I am very cautious with what I allow to get under my skin, especially because we live in a society that pushes things, pushes the bad things, pushes all the negative things into your psychic energy system so that you can become reactive and overwhelmed and become compulsive, or if it's propagandas and if it's things that they want you to buy, they keep showing it to you over and over and over and over again because it does play in your psyche, as does everything else that we are exposed to on social media, in the news, etc., etc. When we only see violence and violence and violence, you get to believe, or you are trained to end up believing, that anything and all that you're surrounded by is violence, as if other things don't exist. And because I am very well aware of this, I usually, I see things, but I try my best to not allow it to affect me as much. But if I am 100% completely transparent with you this evening, I saw something earlier today that is still really, it stayed with me, and I'm going to release it before I go to bed tonight or whatever time that is. But it stayed with me. It stayed with me because certain things I just really can't fully wrap my head around. I forgot the names, so don't hold me accountable for not knowing the names. But there is, and maybe some of you have seen this already. I saw a post earlier today of a young lady, a young African American woman, who basically, if I recall what I read correctly, she suffered an aneurysm. She's pregnant. She was pregnant and suffered an aneurysm. And I guess that uh, caused a brain bleed, a clot in the brain, and she became brain dead. And this happened in the state of Georgia. And because it happened in the state of Georgia, the laws of the state of Georgia, the pro-life laws of the state of Georgia, protects the child. So therefore, even though mother is brain dead and won't come back, family wanted her to rest. The state of Georgia did not allow them to disconnect her daughter, did not allow the mother to disconnect her daughter because she was pregnant with a child, and they forced the body, basically, um, forced the body to stay hooked up to machine so that she can carry on this pregnancy. Long story short, the child came very, very, very early and is also still in the NICU unit. Um, and um, and now, of course, because the child came, they disconnected the daughter, they disconnected the mother, right? So now that family, the deceased mother, has to deal with the care of the unborn child who is fighting for its life. So it's not even guaranteed that the child will be able to survive. Has to deal with the immense, the costly expenses of the burial of her daughter, and also deal with the extensive, costly expenses of having the child in a NICU unit that may not even survive, though there have been children that have survived that young. Anyway, it's just so mind-boggling, and so it's. I'm trying not to curse. I am really trying to be politically correct here. I'm trying not to let that other side of me come out, but let me tell you, it really pissed me off because I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I will never know, nor do I want to know, but I can only vaguely imagine the amount of suffering and pain, emotional and mental pain that this family is experiencing in this moment after dealing with watching her daughter be hooked up to imaging and not be allowed to lay her to rest because the state said so, and now deal with the grandchild and the 7-year-old that the deceased mother, left behind, and now this newborn that's fighting for its life in the NICU unit. NICU stands for those of you that don't know, NICU stands for Neonatal Intensive Care Unit. In my opinion, obviously, this is not a spiritual download. I'm just openly opting to share with you my discomfort in learning of this news because it really bothered me to my core. I believe it's cruel. I believe it's unjust. I believe it's unfair. I believe it's hurtful. I believe it's traumatizing. I don't know if you agree with me or not. I'm not asking for your opinion. I'm just sharing here. I'm trying not to let that energy rule my night, but I have to get it, or felt the need to release that, get it off my chest, and share it with someone, share it with you all, because I found it to be so profoundly disturbing to witness this, right? And hmm, yeah, that's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. That poor mother wouldn't have wanted that. Exactly. I totally agree with you, Stephanie. That poor mother would have not wanted that. Uh, Omira here on YouTube land says, yes, I went through those emotions the other day when I seen that. It broke my heart. It's just, it's one of those things that all we can do from our end, for those of us who believe in this, all we can do is send our most sincere healing vibrations and prayers to that family, that grandmother who is dealing with such opposite ends, right? The loss of a child, of her young daughter, and then hoping that now this child that was forced into coming is able to survive and get through this challenging experience in the NICU unit. Anyway, let me release that. I felt the need to share that with you. Apparently, some of you already saw that. I'm glad I'm not the only one that saw that. Um, but yeah, it really did a number energetically in me. I think it's, to be forced to do something that we don't want to do, or that we believe and we know our loved ones will have not consent to that, is just mind blowing. Anyway, let us move on. Let us move on this evening. I'm gonna try my best. No promises. I'm gonna try my best not to be here too long. You know, not just. I guess I am a little exhausted today. Have you ever heard me say that? Never. You've never heard me say that. Um, but I'm open enough to share with you that I'm a little tired tonight, and and but I did not want to leave you, my soul family, hanging. I did want to be here. I do want to be here. I am here, but I'm going to try to be mindful of the fact that I I don't want to be here for 3 hours. So I want to allow the universe to do what it does best, and I am going to do my best to deliver in the best way I know how to. And I can only pray that you are able to receive tonight's downloads and share and messages openly, with an open heart, open arms, without any reactivity, because this is not personal. Okay, uh, it's not personal. It really isn't. Our theme of tonight. I want you to write in the chat, if you will, conscious relationships. Conscious relationships. I want you to please, if you will, write in the chat, conscious relationships. Write it in the chat. Conscious relationships. Conscious relationships. Thank you, Omaida. Good evening to you, Rising Phoenix. Conscious relationships. Write it in the chat. Conscious relationships. What do I mean by this? Many people know, those of us that have studied this, those of us that have taken a deeper dive into understanding how our consciousness and subconscious works, and the psychology behind that, you know, the metaphysical and spiritual components of how our brain, our body works, and who we are and how we show up, and the limitations we have and why we are the way we are, and et cetera, et cetera. Spirit gave me this download for tonight, um, conscious relationships, because many of us are not aware of the fact, sidebar, for the last couple of weeks that we've gone live, perhaps you see uh, an obnoxious fly, around, and you're wondering where the hell is Afi, that there seems to be this fly, and it's because in my setting in my office, I have the windows open, I have the door open, and what have you, and it is I do live in the desert. It is hot, and it's just part of the summer when the winter is out, and once the spring goes out the window, then we have all sorts of nature. And this is part of nature. Anyway, I just like to have my windows and my doors open and feel that air and that breeze flow through, versus only having, being an air conditioner all the time. That unnatural air, right? I like the natural breeze to come through and support. Anyway, I digress. Um, Many of us fail to understand that the part of you that produces relationships, and I'm not speaking about just romantic relationships, the part of you that produces, meaning manifests relationships in your life, is outside of your consciousness. You think it's you choosing and picking and deciding, right? But if you're not vibing high, and if you're not working with the higher polarity of your consciousness, oftentimes it is your subconscious that's manifesting the relationships in your life, your subconsciousness. And if we understand from a metaphysical standpoint, spiritual, and also traditional psychology, if we understand what our subconscious does and the role of our subconsciousness, we know that it's linked to our nervous system. I hope you're picking up what Spirit is laying down. I hope you're following me. I hope that this is making sense to you. It's our emotional self, our nervous system, that governs over our subconscious mind, our subconscious self. And what is it that you find in your subconscious mind? What resides in our subconscious mind? Our triggers, our low vibrational energies, our fears, our traumas, our past wounds. All this resides in our subconscious mind. Are you following me? Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? So the emotional brain, and those of you that are psychology majors and clinical psychologists and what have you, know this, our subconscious, our emotional brain, is also referred to as the limbic system. And the limbic system governs over our feelings. It governs over our emotions. It governs over our reactions. And that is precisely what rules our subconscious. And it is out of our subconscious that we manifest relationships. Okay? So, what does this mean? The work is continuous, and we must always do our best to learn ourself so that we come out of the control of our subconscious, so that we are able to make decisions that are conscious decisions, which is why I have themed our vibration tonight as conscious relationships. It is our most deepest, most elevated desire to manifest relationships from the place of our consciousness and not from our subconscious, where our triggers, reactivity, traumas, past experiences lives. So if you want to know what's been uh, what's been uh, what's been provoking you to come from one relationship and manifest a similar relationship and manifest a similar relationship after that, it's your subconscious. It's your subconscious. It's that lower end of our limbic system that has not been recalibrated, that has not been elevated, that has not been renewed, that has not been cleansed, that has not been healed, that continues to manifest the people that upset you, abuse you, manipulate you, use you, lie to you, drive you crazy. Am I making any sense to you? Both my IG Soul Family is too quiet for me tonight, and my YouTube family is semi quiet. Is this making any sense to my soul family tonight? The goal is to always try our best to manifest the people in our life from our consciousness, our higher consciousness. This is making any sense to you tonight. Midnight Cowboy on YouTube land says, my boyfriend wants to break up and I've been having a hard week. I think it's interesting. This is tonight's theme. I don't know if I should keep fighting for it or let go. Let me read this again aloud. I'm actually reading it to myself. My boyfriend wants to break up, and I've been having a hard week. I'm sorry to hear that. I think it's interesting. This is tonight's theme. I don't know if I should keep fighting for it or let go. Number one, to you, my beloved soul sister, who I appreciate. You always been here. I remember your your handle here, Midnight Cowboy. I always know that you're here. Cowboy or my soul brother. I don't know. I'm sorry. I see a, but even though I have glasses on, my ass is blind. What seems to be a female uh, picture in your profile, but Midnight Cowboy. I know you can be a man for all I know. Either way, um, either way, I don't claim to have an answer for you because I don't have an answer for everyone and I don't know all the details. That's why we have to be cautious when we offer advice, because like, advice can be one sided when we don't have all the information. So this is not advice. This is just, something for you to consider. I would say, regardless of whether or not he stays or chooses to abandon this relationship, the one thing you should never do is beg anyone to stay. You should never beg anyone to stay. I am not saying that you're begging anyone to stay. I'm just saying this out loud. Because sometimes there's a thin line between fighting for a relationship and indirectly basically begging them to stay is perhaps why I said that. Your individuality can never be sacrificed for the sake of keeping someone in your life that you love. I can just offer that. Um, awesome, Patricia. He still says he loves me and misses me, but it gets confusing. See, what I love, oh, yeah, don't you all get me started. What I love and what I miss, truly love, and what I truly miss, I don't abuse. I'll say it again. What I truly love and I truly miss, I do not abuse. So what I mean by this is only he knows what his real motive is. But I tell you what, someone that truthfully loves you would not be giving you I to me, in my opinion, is emotional abuse. To me, it's emotional abusive to want to let someone go and then yet claim to love them. It's almost that same situation in that happens to a lot of people where where they know they're about to do a number on you, and then they say, well, it's not you, it's me. you know don't take it personal, it's not you, it's me. Well, hell, shit. If it's you, let it be you. Own up to it, man up to it, or woman up to it, and let it be, and just let it be. But don't continue to recycle that energy by claiming to love someone when you really want to let them go. Yes, sometimes, listen, things are not always black and white. There are situations in which, because I do love you, but because I have to love me first, I gotta let you go. But I make that very clear. I make that very transparent, and I just do what I feel is best, and I move on. But I don't keep there lingering. I wish I wouldn't do this to you, but I have to. And I deep down inside, I do love you. You know, it. Listen, get out. Just get out. Just get out. And you have to be willing to put your foot down for your sake, to honor your higher self, to honor your inner divinity, to honor and protect yourself. Now, this also, as every lesson does, this also comes with lessons. Lessons. My shadow work question to you, rhetorical, I don't want an answer, it's none of my business, nor am I trying to pry. My rhetorical question to you, my shadow work question to you would be, what part of me manifested you? Because even though he can just be playing these games, and I'm not saying he is, I'm not reading into the situation, I don't know both sides, but it does not release you or free you from your responsibility to inner reflect and ask yourself the deep, hard question of what part of you manifested this person in your life. Is it the broken you? Is it the abandoned you? Is it the abused you? Is it the you that feels worthless? Is it the you that feels loveless? Is it the you that feels invisible? Is it the you that feels like people just don't stay? Is it the you that doesn't feel important? Is it the you that doesn't feel validated? Which part of you manifests this person who now choose to pull the rug from under your feet while claiming that it's not you, that it's him, but then yet chooses to remind you that he loves you and misses you? Fuck that. I'm sorry. In the name of the baby black Jesus, you all just injected me with some energy here. Oh my God. Let me tell you, go within. Go within. Soul Sister says all of that. Yes, especially being abandoned at 15 from my mother. Okay, then. Okay, then. So there you have it. So it is your responsibility because only you can do it. You have to do that inner work. You have to do that inner work. And I don't know how old you are now, and it's none of my business. But if you recognize this part, which is actually good, that you actually recognize where it comes from, and you were 15, know that until you don't do that work, that part of you will continue to manifest people that just won't stay. That just won't stay. That will stay long enough for them to feel like they've gotten out of you all they've wanted. So now they can move on. It's just, you just can't continue to self-sabotage like that. And even though you're the one bringing this into the comments and bringing and sharing this with me or with us, because this is a public uh, 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 spot, and I thank you and I honor you and I thank you for being open and vulnerable enough to share something so personal. Let me tell the rest of you, because you've been exposed to this information that may not have anything to do with you directly, shadow work, inner healing work, inner development work, metaphysical spirituality, teaches us that this experience, someone else's experience, is showing you as well a version of you. So go within. We must go within. We must go within. Where is it that we are undeserving? We feel undeserving. Well, where is it that we are accepting crumbs? Where is it that we are shortchanging? Where is it that we are not honoring ourselves? Where is it that we are accepting less than what we deserve? Where is it that we are afraid to be in the spotlight? Where is it that we are dimming our light? Where is it that we are sitting in the back of the seat so they don't call our name when God wants our name to be called? Where is it? Do you hear me? Does anyone hear me? And you, my beloved soul sister, Midnight Cowboy, I really, really pray that the universe supports you and allows you to be part of my shadow work retreat this year in October, because someone like you deserves it and you definitely will benefit from it. And anyone in her shoes, anyone that is experiencing something similar, anyone that can identify themselves with her experience, there's need, profound need for this kind of shadow work, for this kind of inner development work. See, it's not about preventing it from happening. The preventative measures comes from knowing yourself. The more we know ourselves at our core, at a deep level, outside of our shadow energy, from a higher self perspective, the more we're able to protect ourselves from situations that always takes us down into the gutter, takes us down the drain. Am I making any sense? So the quote unquote preventative measures comes from knowing yourself and healing those parts of you. That's is a preventive measure. Do you hear me? I hope that made sense. I want to jump right into our oracle card. Like I said, I don't want to prolong I don't want to make this live tonight too long, but I did not want to leave you all hanging. You know, I'm a little tired. I had a lot going on today, running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I did want to come on tonight, but I didn't want to leave you hanging. So here I am, but I don't want to be here for 2 hours. Miss Anna Hernandez, I yet don't know because I'm still putting all the details together. But please, as I've been saying for the past 2 months, if you are interested in attending this year's shadow work retreat, it's a 3-day shadow work retreat. It will be here in California. Send me, email me, message me your name, your email, your contact information, so that when I get ready to put all the information out, I will first send it to those names on my list first, because I'm only taking 10 people, so that you're able to have a first-hand opportunity to sign up for it and reserve your spot before I announce it publicly. So if you are interested, Send me your name, send me your email, send me your information by email or DM or whatever the case may be, so that I can, once I have it all together and I know what's it going to be, then I will send you that information to you first before I put it out publicly. I appreciate you. Thank you. It was needed. You're welcome, beloved. You're welcome. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Giving you the energy for a beautiful night, regardless. Thank you for being here. And I thank you. I thank you for also allowing me into your space. I appreciate you all of you. Okay. Vamos a ver. Let's see. Let's see what our opening oracle card is tonight. Let's see what our opening oracle card is tonight. I'm trying not to let that particular vibration that I opened up tonight govern the night. But let me tell you something. I do elevate a prayer. I do elevate a prayer. You're welcome, Anna. I do elevate a prayer to that young lady who was forced to stay here even though her brain was no longer here with us. Because something in my inner core tells me if she had if she would have had an opportunity to speak up for herself, the things that were decided for her was not what she would have wanted. Something in my inner incarnate spirit tells me this. So therefore, what's my prayer? My prayer is that she's able to find her eternal peace, that she's able to see past these restrictive measures that was enforced over her physical body, that made her spirit elevate to the highest realm of eternal peace, that she's able to find her resting place, that she's able to be a beacon of light protecting this child that was forced into this world, and so that the will of Mother Earth, nature, creator, source be done. But for you, my soul family, I also pray and elevate a most heartfelt prayer so that wherever it is that you also feel imprisoned, that you also feel like people are forcing you into things that you don't want to do, anywhere where you feel forced and coerced into doing things that you consciously don't want to do, may you have the inner power, resilience, clarity, conviction, inner knowing to set yourself free so that you don't live under anyone else's thumb, so that no one is able to put their knee or their foot on your neck, so that you're able to liberate yourself from the prison that you might feel you're in right now. I hope that message reaches someone. I hope that message reaches someone. Let's see what our opening oracle card is tonight. Thank you so very much, Zen Wellness. I appreciate you. Share Rice and Phoenix. Yes, Amen, Anna. Yes. Share Stephanie. Luz. Omaida. Thank you. Thank you, Midnight. Thank you. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué hay aquí? ¿Qué hay aquí? Snow Moon. Rest, recovery, planning. Okay. Unrelated to our theme for tonight. Rest, recovery, planning. Rest, recovery, planning. Rest, recovering, planning. You're welcome. You're welcome. Rest, recovering, and planning. Let's see what the author says about this message. Rest, recovering, and planning. Okay, let me see what page this sucker is on. Rest, recovering, and planning. Snow Moon. The Snow Moon. No wonder I couldn't find it. Snow moon. I was looking for the wrong thing. Snow moon. The snow moon. Here it is. A ver. To accomplish great things, we must not only act but also dream, not only plan but also believe. Anatole France. That's a quote. And the message is this: the snow moon is named after the cold, snowy days of February when the temperature can often drop into the single digits and the air becomes so piercingly crisp that it cuts like glass when it clashes with any bare skin. The sharp February nights had our ancestors scrambling to come inside out of the cold to warm themselves by the warmth of the hearth fire. They were wise enough to know that rest and renewal were necessary in order to prepare for the daunting planting and harvesting seasons that lie ahead. When the snow moon is revealed in a spread, it is asking us to take a hint from our ancestors and come in out of the cold. This is not the time to add more tasks to our workload. It is a time for rest, renewal, and planning. This is the time to look back over the successes and failures of the past year. The snow moon is calling us to use every lesson and experience we've gained to plan, strategize, and set our intentions to attract what we desire for the next turn of the wheel. So, even though those of us now heading into the summer is not winter, but let's metaphorically understand the message behind this. It states, as to how I interpret this download, it states that do not let certain recent failures, setbacks, downfalls, rejections set the tone for the rest of the year in your life. Did you hear that? So that you're able to be more accepting that sometimes we need to retrieve, we need to take a step back, we need to reflect, we need to revise, we need to re examine our contracts, we need to re examine our agreements, we need to re-evaluate the terms of agreements so that we don't put ourselves in harm's way, so that we don't place ourselves in a situation that ends up hurting us. So, even though things may not be panning out the way you desire in this moment, it does not mean that you have lost. It does not mean that you're not worthy. It does not mean that you are invisible to the creator and source of your understanding. It does not mean that you don't deserve the blessings. It does not mean that you don't deserve the love. It does not mean that you don't deserve the growth. It does not mean that you don't deserve the healing. It does not mean that you don't deserve that home. It does not mean that you don't deserve that marriage. It does not mean that you don't deserve that physical health that you are so much praying for. It does not mean that you don't deserve a loving, reciprocal relationship in your life. It does not mean that you don't deserve to move to that new city or that new state that you want to move to. It does not mean that you don't deserve to be accepted into that new job, into that new position that you've been trying to get into. It does not mean that you don't deserve that raise. It does not mean that you are damaged goods. It does not mean that you're not blessed. Do you hear me? Or do I need to go on? It just means that this is a time to take a step back and reflect, reorganize your thoughts, reevaluate what you're bringing to the table. It might be the right thing, but it might be the wrong time. Do you hear me? It might be the right thing, but it may be the wrong place. It might be the right thing, but it might be the wrong people. Do you hear me? It might be the right thing, but you may not be ready to receive it. You may not be ready to embrace it. You may not be ready to step into it. Zen Wellness says, thank you. I received that. It's resonating deeply. Thank you. you for listening. Thank you for being open to receive. I hope that made sense to you. I'm not going to overextend that. I could, but I'm not. Let's go into our tarot energy for tonight. Where are the air signs? Are there any air signs here tonight? Oh, Zen Wellness Sophia. Hello there, Sophia. My beloved Sophia. Thank you, Coco. Thank you. Thank you, Shango the King. Thank you. Where are the air signs? That would be Gemini. That would be Libra. And that would be Aquarius. Are you in the house tonight? Are you in the house tonight? Let's see here. Let's see what the universe has to share with us tonight for the air signs. Vamos a ver. A perfect fit. Hello there. We're in the boys' doc. I see, I see. Vamos a ver. Let's see here. Hey, Justify. Blessings to you. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué tenemos aquí? What do we have here? Oh, Black Jesus, help me. Ay, 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 ay. Hi there. Maybe this year you get to come to the shadow work retreat since you didn't come last year. Hello. Vamos a ver. Ooh la la. Okay. The first weekend in October is your birthday weekend. What best way to celebrate your birthday? Hey, what can I say? What do we have here? What do we have here? We have none other than the Devil card, an Earth sign card, an Earth sign card, the Devil card. All of you know by now, unless you're new to this, a Devil card has nothing to do with Satan, has nothing to do with the devil. From a Christian perspective, it has nothing to do with that. But it does have to do with the fact that there are experiences and situations and things that you need to set yourself free from right now at this time period of your life. It does mean that you're hanging around in spaces and places and areas physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, vibrationally that are not productive for you, that are not guiding you into your best version, that are not supporting you into your healing, that are not bringing out the best in you. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? Miss Adina says, come on, always on point, Spirit. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. It is imperative, it is important, it is vital, it is necessary that you pull back. It is necessary that whatever it is that you might have agreed to, whether it was last week, last month, 2 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that you reevaluate that right now. so that you don't put a noose around your neck. See, sometimes certain things feel crippling, debilitating, exhausting, but the universe says it's you staying there. It's you allowing yourself to stay there when you should take the exit left. And it's suffocating you, and it's draining you, and it's sucking you dry, and it's taking your power away, and it's debilitating you, and you have migraines, and you have headaches, and you don't feel at peace, you don't feel at ease, you don't feel like you're flowing. You're faking it until you make it, but sometimes, listen, faking it until you make it ain't good enough. Ain't good enough. We have to understand that sometimes we have to fake it until we make it. But if we've been faking it for 30 years, if we've been faking it for 6 years, it's just not good enough. So this is a moment in time period of reevaluation. This is a moment in time period for you to say, I have surrendered my higher self to this situation far too long, and I'm taking my power back. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Are you picking up what the universe is laying down for us tonight? Especially if it's job related, financially related, work related, but it could be relationships, it can be other situations. Now that you got the house, not that you got the key to the house, and now all you all in the house, but you all ain't happy. Because the truth behind that characteristic, that behavior, that impulse is finally showing up. So now you're like, this is all that I wanted, but I'm not happy. Now that I'm in this house, I'm not happy. Now that I'm in this relationship, I'm not happy. Now that I'm in this job, I'm not happy. But it's the thing that you asked for, and now you've been hanging around too long, and you don't know how to call it quits. You don't know how to cut that cord. You don't know how to say no more. And because you're silently dealing with it, oh Lord, in the name of the baby black Jesus, come through. Now that you're dealing with it silently, pretending, acting, making yourself believe, wanting to make yourself believe that everything is okay or that it's going to be okay. Listen, all that tension, all that anger, all that frustration has to come out somewhere, somehow. For some of you, it comes out with your habitual shopping addiction, your online shopping addiction. For some of you, it comes out in your eating habits, which are not good. For some of you, it comes out in the lack of rest. You're a complete night owl. For some of you, it comes out in drugs, in alcohol, in sex, in porn. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? So therefore, stop indulging in the things that are robbing you of your blessings, robbing you of your growth, robbing you of your real healing, robbing you of your peace. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? Nothing is preventing you from stepping away. You're the only one holding yourself back because you're justifying it. You're justifying it because it'll get better. Some of you are justifying it because you only want to see the good in the situation, the good in the person, but even though it hasn't shown up fully, some of you are justifying it because you're afraid to look like a failure. How about that for a message? Because you are afraid to look like a failure, you stay in places that don't make you happy because you're more afraid of what they will say about you. You're so afraid of being told as an adult that you are nobody, that you're a failure, that they knew you wouldn't last, just the same way you were told the same things or similar things when you were growing up. Am I speaking to you or am I not speaking to you? Whoever you are. I don't know who you are, but Spirit knows who you are. So you rather play the role of the facade and keep hoping and praying and lighting candles and taking spiritual baths and doing rituals and going to church on Sunday and journaling and meditating and kumbaya my Lord, blowing smoke up your bajayjay and tickling your testicles or whatever it is that you're doing, hoping that things get better when it's not going to get better. It's only going to get better when you face the damn truth. Do you hear me? Lord, and I thought this was going to be a calm night. In the name of the baby black Jesus. Do you hear me? It ain't going to get better on its own until you make it better. You are the only one that can make it better. It's not going to happen on its own. And yes, it's scary. And yes, the journey can be lonely. And yes, you will be scrutinized. And yes, you will be judged. And yes, you will be left alone. But you will get through it. And you will be able to see yourself on the other side of it. And for once, you will be on your way of being able to feel proud of yourself. Proud of yourself. Sometimes faking it until you make it doesn't work. You can fake it until you make it, but you can't make other people fake it until they make it because they're not invested enough to make it happen. Do you get it now? You're lying to yourself in trying to fake it until you make it, failing to realize that you're not the only one in it. And because you're not the only one in it, you're the one that's faking it until you make it, but the other person is not invested as you are. The other person is not in it like you are in it. Or the other person simply doesn't see it the way you see it. It's two different perspectives, two different beliefs, two different ways of life, two different ways of wanting things. You all don't want the same thing. So faking it until you make it ain't gonna work for you. Faking it until you make it works with the people that are all on board. But you have participants in your circle that are not completely on board, baby. Do you hear me now? Is it clear enough for you now? So why do you keep lying to yourself? How long will you keep hurting yourself? And how long will you keep repeating the same mistakes some of your ancestors made? That's a question for you tonight. Let's move on. I want to go to the water signs. I want to go to the water signs. If that message was for you, if you felt that at the core, if you know this liberated you, if you know that message guided you, feel free to show your love and your support via the donation tab. All the information is pinned down at the bottom of your screen, or you can click the link in my bio if you're on IG. Yeah. Greetings to you too, April. You're welcome, Akeisha. Great to see you on here. Thank you, Perfect Fit. I'll be waiting for you to go to the Shadow Work retreat this year. I want to see what excuse you're going to come up with this year. You're welcome, Adina. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, water signs. Are there any water signs? Are there any water signs? Are there any water signs? You're welcome. Oh, you all are just not making it easy for me tonight. Jeez, I want to get out of here. Uy, ay, ay, en el nombre del Padre Celestial, en el nombre de Cristo Negro. No, hombre, no, carajo, me cago en la mierda. Okay. Hmm. Six of Swords. Six of Swords. Six of Swords. Water signs. Six of Swords. Six of Swords. Six of Swords. Ay, ay, ay. Thank you so very much, Shama, for that donation. I appreciate you deeply. Thank you so very much. At least not anytime soon, right, Akeisha? Ay, ay, ay. Apparently. Apparently. So. Oh, pero mira quién yo. Hi there, Maddie. Blessings to you. Esto. Okay. Okay, water signs. Thank you. Llegaste tarde. Llegaste tarde. Me tienes abandonado. You know, let me tell you something. It's so not funny to me how. Thank you so very much, Rising Phoenix, for that donation. I appreciate you. Thank you so, so very much. It is so not funny how sometimes what holds us back from our blessings is not entirely just the fault of our traumas and our shortcomings and our mistakes and our, it's not always that. It's not always that. It is the shame that you carry. Golden Empress, did I? Girl, did I? Ask the rest of the soul family. You know, the universe came in a little hot for the air signs. A little hot tonight for the ear signs. A little hot tonight for the air signs. It's it's shame. Shame holds you back. Thank you. Shame holds you back. Shame holds you back. It's not your mistakes, because you're already paying you're already paying for the results of your mistakes. It's shame in this particular case. Shame, the idea of shame, all of that. And because you simply, no matter how hard you try, you simply won't let go. You won't let go of what was. You don't let go of what it could have been. You don't let go of the idea. You don't let go of the vision that you had in your mind. You don't let go of the betrayal. You don't let go of the letdown. You don't let go of the pain. You don't let go of whatever it is that you're comparing in your mind. Okay? Yes, please, Nick Bree, por favor. Please do, so I can add you to the list. Please do. I sure will. I sure will. I sure will. You can always catch the replay on my YouTube channel as well. It's a shame. The shame holds you back. I don't want to make the same mistake. I'd rather keep myself safe here in this little QB hole and QB spot here so that I'm not called on, so I'm not picked on, I don't want to cause any more mess. I don't want to cause any more issues. I don't want to attract any more drama. I don't want to attract it. Listen, when you are the light, when you were born for what the creator of your understanding made you to be and execute on this earth, I don't care where it is that you hide, light will always find you. Woo! How is that for a message? No matter where you hide, no matter how small you try to play, no matter how invisible you try to stay, when you were born to be a light, light will find you. And because light will find you in the most remote of places, it will taunt you, it will screw with you, it will throw things at you to force you to come out of hiding, to force you to step into the blessing, to force you to accept your calling, to force you to discover your purpose, to force you to embrace what you were born to do. Are you listening to me? And there will always be people trying to step on you. But when you were born to shine, when you were born with a light, people can try to attack it. People can try to manipulate it. People can try to instigate behind your back. People could try to create some campaign against you. Oh, but it will not prevail. It will not win. It will not win. It will not win unless you allow it. So it serves you no good to stay in hiding. It serves you no good to keep shaming yourself over your past. It does you no good to play small. It does you no good to, como decimos nosotros los cubanos, how do we Cubans say, pelearte con el mundo. How are you going to, fight against the world? One of my you want transparency? I'll give you transparency. One of my major mistakes in my 20s. One of my major mistakes is fighting with the world. Yeah. If I can look back, I would say that one of my major mistakes was fighting with the world. And even though I might have been right, even though I thought it was right, even though I thought I was fighting for what was right, those were senseless fights. Because those fights were not in coordination with the blessings that were inscribed, inputted in my divine GPS system. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? So you got to learn how to pick your battles. This card, 6 of Swords, is inviting you, water signs, to move on. It's inviting you to leave the guilt behind, the shame behind, the suffering behind. Leave it behind. Don't resuscitate it. Don't explain it. Don't justify it. Don't try to make sense of it either. Just move on. Move on. Look ahead. Start fresh. Start new. Flip the page. Write a new book. initiate yourself again into the new future, into the new blessing, into the new path. But stop digging where it smells. It's a personal saying of mine. Stop digging where it smells. Because it's not going to change. The smell is not going to change. It's just going to smell more. This is an invitation for you to move on and start fresh and not doubt yourself. This is an invitation from the universe for you to start again and gift to yourself what you deserve and stop second guessing yourself. Do you hear me? If the shoe fits, wear it. Blessings to you, Alice. Oh my God, it's been ages since I saw your face. Thank you. Blessings to you. Let's go into the fire signs. The fire signs would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Are you in the house tonight? Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Are you in the house tonight? Spirit Short is trying to make sure you're here tonight. Vamos a ver. Ay, Dios mío. Yeah, man, pero una cosa que yo, I'm telling you, tonight's that night. Tonight's that night where you all not making it easy for me. Fuego en la casa de verdad. Fuego en la casa de verdad. Well, we got the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands for the fire signs. Aries, Leo, and Sag. 7 of Wands. And what does the 7 of Wands states? This comes with a different vibration now. This comes from a different vibration now. This comes with a complete different vibration than anything we have spoken about thus far. This one says fight. This one says stand up for what's right, for what you believe is right for you in your life, as long as you are self-aware and conscious that you're not fighting over petty things, that you're not just fighting to prove a point, that you're not just trying to retaliate to get back at somebody, that you're not just trying to get back at your ex, that you're not just trying to show off to people that talk bad about you. No. This says fight for what's right. Defend what's yours. Protect what's yours. Don't take no for an answer. Don't be picky and prissy and pretty about it. Get your hands dirty if it needs to. Metaphorically speaking, okay? Don't take that literal. And defend what's yours. Don't be afraid if they call you rebellious. If they, at the end of the day, they're always going to call you something. Don't you know that? They are always going to call you something. They're always going to call you something. Let it be for something that's worth it. Let it be for the right cause. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? So for the fire signs, this fire energetic card, the wands represents fires. There might be a particular situation for whomever this message is for. It ain't for everybody, but if it is for you, pick it up and receive it. You might be caught off guard. You might be caught off guard. Make sure that you dot your I's, scratch your T's, that you make sure that you have things in order. If it's at work, let it be in order. If it's legally, let it be in order. If it's licenses, let it be in order. If it's, certificates or whatever, let it be in order. Let things be in order so you are not caught off guard. Okay? Very important. Very important. And if you put up a fight, do it wisely. Do it intelligently. Do it intelligently. There's a difference between fighting head on by yourself and fighting intelligently with the support of your ancestors of wisdom, your spirit guides of light, the God of your understanding, Earth, Mother Earth, universe, and all that is of divine light. There's a difference. See, you by yourself, they might knock you over, even though you might be right, even though you might deserve it, even though. But if you bring along your posse, if you bring along your invisible gang, if you bring along your ancestors of wisdom, then you're not alone. And you will win if it's a just cause. If it's a just cause, stand up for what's right. And if where you are at right now, they're not giving you, listen to me cautiously. If where you are at right now in life, they're not giving you what you deserve, don't stay there waiting for them to give it to you. Keep moving forward until you get what's right and what you deserve. Do you hear me? I hope that made sense. Last but not least, let's move into the earth signs. Where are my fellow earth signs? That would be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Are you in the house tonight? Are you in the house tonight? Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Let's see what comes up for my fellow earth sign. And you know you. Two Virgos in the house. I feel you, honey. We sure as hell ain't not easy. We sure not easy. Hey, but we're the best. What can I say? Can't live without us. Can't live without a Virgo. I don't care what anybody says. You can't live without us. That's why you either love us or hate us, and the haters can't live without us either. All right. De nada. Blessings to you. Okay. Geez. Finally, one that's more, a little more, We got the High Priestess. The High Priestess. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is a beautiful card. The High Priestess. I'm going to keep it nice, short, and simple. Because at the end of the day, hard-headed earth signs, when they don't want to get it, they just won't get it because they don't want to get it. But let me tell you something. You will catapult to the top in your life when you fully embody. Oh, listen to my choice of words tonight. You, my earth sign, will catapult to the very top when you fully embody the sacredness of your spirituality. When you fully embody the sacredness of your spirituality, you will catapult to the top. What is required? What's required is your participation, your consistency, your undivided attention. What's required is for you to get out of your own way, to stop second guessing, to stop trying to perfect perfect. Listen to my choice of words. Stop trying to perfect what can only be perfected over time with the support and guidance and eyes of your divine source, of the spirits of light, of the ancestors of wisdom. You won't perfect it, they will. You just have to be an active participant of the process that needs to go down in your journey. Don't ask me to repeat that because I just flowed naturally. I can't repeat it. I can't repeat it. I can't repeat it. Stop attempting to organize what only God, Creator, Source, Mother Earth, Universe can organize and put together. You just need to be accepting of your gift, accepting of your light, accepting of your inner wisdom, of the inner wisdom that wants to flow through you. Do you hear me? But you're standing in the way because you think your plan is better than God's plan. You think your plan is better than the spirits of guides of lights that guide you. You think your plan is better than the ancestors of wisdom. You think your idea is better than that of the source and creator that you subscribe to. Two different plans can create success. Two different plans can't manifest blessings. Two different plans simultaneously at the same time? No, I don't think so. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Because each plan, regardless of how great it is, has its own unique code. And you're standing in the way. You're standing in the way. But if we really break this down, if we really break this down, of course you want the success. Of course you want the blessings. Of course you want to do better. Of course you've been working really hard. You're not standing in the way on purpose. You're not rejecting on purpose. You're afraid of failure. And because there's a voice inside you that continuously threatens you with failure, it feeds off of your low vibration. It feeds off of your shadow. It feeds off of your insecurities. It feeds from your fears. It feeds from your inability to open up your throat chakra vibration to speak your truth out of fear of rejection, out of fear of denial, out of fear of being left alone, of being abandoned. Are you picking up tonight what Spirit is laying down? It is imperative that you carry the baton to the finish line, but leave the weight to the source of your understanding. Don't try to do God's job for God. You can do God's work here on earth, but don't try to do God's work for God, the God of your understanding, the source of your understanding. Don't try to do it for that. No, 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 no. Time to go within, time to activate powers, time to activate energies. And listen, some of you have been discouraged. Some of you have been abused. Some of you have been lied to. Some of you have been let down many of times in the past, right? Ahora bien, listen to me carefully. Don't let that set the tone for the journey that you're supposed to still carry on. That's where you made the mistake. Don't let that determine how you continue to walk the path. They let you down over there. They let you down in this other place. But it doesn't mean that everywhere else you go will let you down. Because when you stop walking the path out of fear of re-experiencing issues from the past, you gave them the power over you. Because you gave them the power to stop you in your tracks. You gave them the power to rule over your life. You gave them the power that provoked you to stop dreaming. You gave them the power that influenced you to stop putting up the good fight. You gave them the power to stop manifesting what was already prescribed in your path. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? Come on now, somebody. Let's do the work. Let's do the work. We ain't here to play. We ain't here to waste time. Naysayers, critics, they will never go away. They're everywhere. Do you think right now in this live, and you know who your ass is, do you think right now in this live, whether it's on IG or here on YouTube, you think there aren't those that are sitting just watching in the background, not because they're invested in what I bring to the table, not because they're invested in the sacrifices I make to try my best to be here weekly, not because they're invested in this what I believe, genuinely believe, is my divine calling. No, they're here watching in the background so that I can become the next topic in the table of the naysayers. But I don't sit in that table. I sit in the table that Creator has put up before me. I sit at the table that my ancestors of wisdom have created for me. I sit at the table of my spirit guides of light. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? There's a difference. And because I don't sit in that table, I don't eat their poison. I don't ingest their poison. They can keep talking while I keep doing. That's all I got to say. Not too bad. 1 hour and 29 minutes. Not bad at all. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you so very much for being open. Thank you so very much for receiving. Now I pray that you put it into practice. Put it into practice so you can wake up in honor of your own divinity. Stay tuned. I'm going to open up my calendar for one-on-one sessions. I haven't opened it up yet, but I will. Stay tuned to that. If you want to participate in this year's 3-day shadow work retreat in October, send me a message, send me an email, reach out so I can put your name on the list so that I am able to send you the information when it's ready. Okay. Other than that, if you need me, I am here. Take care of yourself. Please be safe out there because the kind of crap that be going on, Lord, in the name of the baby black Jesus, it ain't easy. Anyway, see you soon. Please share this live. You want to support me? You value Spirit's work? You really care for what I bring to the table? Well, at least share this live in your timeline, in your stories, tag someone, leave a comment. Come on now. That's how you can really support me with these challenging algorithms. Okay. Thank you so very much. Have a great night. Over and out.